Okay, Honda DAX video. I better get a close-up of this DAX logo with the cool retro stripe. Honda emblem, that looks good. I better get a picture of this wiener dog emblem with tires. Why is there a wiener dog with tires on the DAX? Hi everybody, welcome to the Pittsburgh Cycle Center YouTube channel. I'm Donnie Reed, and I had to have the answer to that question. I can't stand an unanswered question, so I went to the all-knowing oracle known as Google, and this is what they had to say. Apparently, this thing is not a Honda DAX, it's a Honda DAX, as in dachshund or wiener dog. In the late 60s and early 70s, apparently the people at Honda started referring to the ST50 and ST70 as a dachshund, and it eventually was shortened to DAX. Now, I must apologize for saying that incorrectly, but it appears that this is actually known as a Honda DAX. So let's talk about the Honda DAX. This is a fuel-injected, single-cylinder 124cc motor. It's a single overhead cam with 2 valves, and it is absolutely bulletproof. This thing, with proper maintenance, will probably outlive you and I. Now, this motor produces about 9 horsepower and about 8 foot-pounds of torque, and they say the top speed is about 55 miles per hour, but with me on it, I'd have to hope for a lot of tailwind to actually see that. That motor is mated to a semi-automatic 4-speed transmission. There's no clutch. It's a centrifugal clutch. So you only shift gears and they're all up. It starts neutral, first, second, third, fourth, and back down again. That makes this very easy for a beginner to ride. The clutch is seemingly the more difficult part for a beginner to master, so this would make a great beginner bike. However, this would also suit many people that have problems with a heavy bike and or a high seat height. This bike is extremely light at 236 pounds, absolutely full of fuel, and it has a 30.6-inch seat height. That is one of the lowest seats that I'm actually aware of. All these things, like I say, make it great for a beginner and make it great for anybody that might have mobility issues, you know, a broken hip or something like that. Or if you just like a lower seat height to get both feet flat on the ground. The DAX has 12-inch wheels with street-type tires, and they both have disc brakes, front and rear, with ABS actually on the front brake. So even though this is a retro look, it is a very modern machine. Now, while this is not a supremely powerful machine, it is a supremely efficient machine. It has a 1-gallon gas tank, which will give you on average, and I'm not kidding, about 100 miles. Honda claims a 106.7 mile per gallon average for this machine, and you can expect somewhere around that, literally. For suspension, we've got inverted 31 millimeter forks in the front and dual shock rear suspension. It's very plush, very comfy, and very suited for city type driving. And like I say, you're looking at about a 55 mile per hour top speed with this, and that's with it absolutely screaming to do so. This isn't something you want to buy to take a long trip to the Grand Canyon on. This is something to commute on, something to ride around in the city. It would be great for a college student or a Uber Eats driver or the likes. It's very low, very light, would be good for anybody that needs those in a motorcycle. And this is a real motorcycle. It sort of fits between the Navi and the Grom in motorcycle-ishness. In the mini motos offered from Honda, Like I say, it's a semi-automatic, but it is a manual transmission, whereas the Navi, which is a smaller motor, but it's also fully automatic. This one acts more like a real bike, looks more like a real bike, and I love the way it looks. I love this little stripe, racing stripe on there, a little retro kick. I think it looks pretty sweet. This color is called Pearl Sparkle Blue. We have this in stock, but I believe there's also a pearl gray and a pearl black that was just released that we haven't gotten stock yet, but don't quote me on that. Call the shop, ask for a salesman. They'll let you know what we have and what we can get. I thank you all for watching, and if you're new to the channel, I invite you to like, share, and subscribe. There's a lot more to come, and I hope to see you at the shop.